Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Redneck Ways. How's everybody out there in YouTube land? Hope everybody's set fine, dandy. Guys, we're down here at the mill. We're not been very busy right now. And I was going to take a look at this pressure washer. This is an old one. The motor is shot. Got a bad rings, smoked like a banshee. I used it for a whole season. Was it smoking? So it's about that time of year. It's almost spring. So I'm going to try to get this thing fixed. But like I said, that motor's toast. Had another pressure washer. Let's go back here and look. Sorry about the lighting back here, guys. This old warehouse is kind of dark. But my boss man, he kind of lets me keep some of my junk here. I have this pressure washer, which is pretty nice. One of my friends that works in the next building over let me have it. I just started it yesterday. I came over and looked at it. It has a whole full tank of gas in it. I didn't know he left a whole tank of gas in it for me. That's pretty cool. It's a little Honda. Pretty good little motor. It's a GX 300. Is that 300 or 200? Or 200, but it starts. I didn't even know it ran till yesterday, and it does run. So she's a good runner, but I don't have the right. I got to get a new hose for it. It's got the fast connect. So, but over here's the one I'm working on, guys. Trying to get going. This was the old. I pulled the motor off of this one because the pump is frozen up on it. And I was wondering why someone threw it away. That's why the pump was froze. But the motor, well, I haven't tried to start this year, but last year ran really good. So let's go over and take a look at it. I'll probably end up getting rid of these lawnmowers here in a couple days. Probably take them, part them out. This one's almost a brand new lawnmower. It needs a carburetor. The day I parked it here about 2 or 3 years ago, it looked brand new. It's got a weird carburetor in it. I need to, I think it's one of Briggs' newest engines 3 years ago. So it's probably got plastic gears and stuff. And then this one, Boeing. That's one of the old school motors there. And boy, same person gave me this. It gave me the pressure washer. But he didn't give me the air cleaner and stuff. So let's go back over to the workbench. Alright guys, here's the engine I'm going to try to put on that. It's also a Briggs. It's a 8.5 or 8.75 190 cc. The one that is on it is 190 cc, so they're the same motor. They have the same exact motor, just look a little different. Only problem is that we may run into is the shaft. That one's the one I just showed you, has a real short shaft, so I may have to cut it off and try to get it the same size. So I'm going to set this motor aside for now and get that one up here on the table. Alright, I just got to get the bolts out. Let's see what this one takes. Forget how exactly I put this on. Man. Get you guys over here where you can see a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this out of here or not. Let's see. I didn't remember it being that tight. Maybe I am tightening it. I was torquing her down. I don't know if I get these box grips in or not. These are the big ones here. Out real easy, but it's not yet. Nope, still coming out tight. Now will come out easy. I guess it's gonna pop me all the way. Last minute when I got the other motor off, the other pressure washer, it actually fell off here and hit me in the big toe. That hurt. So I don't want that happening again. Trying to be more cautious. That thing should just come on out now. I don't know why it's been tight all the way out. There it is. It's going to pop me all the way to the end. I don't know why it's killing my back. Stooped over here. My back was hurting already this morning when I got up. Keeps this up, I'm going to get a socket for the next one. I must have those locking nuts on it. Let me get this out, guys, because I'm eating up a lot of time here. And I'll get these two bolts out and I'll be back. Alright, guys. I got the motor loose. So, only thing I got to do is measure the shaft. I forgot to tell you guys, you know, I found someone threw this out a few years ago because the motor was blowed up. And I picked it up and I used it. I used it for almost 2 years. It was smoking. But then I just set it aside, waiting for another motor. If you have enough room, you know, you can do that. I understand some people don't have the storage. Like I said, I'm lucky because my boss kind of lets me keep a few pieces here at the mill. But it really will save you some money. So, yeah, but sometimes you just gotta wait. You gotta sit back and wait for the motor or the pump or whatever you need. So let's go ahead and take this motor off. The motor's blown, but it still has good parts. It still has a good carburetor. It has a good tank. I mean, all the parts on it. It still runs. It's still a running motor engine. It's just the bad rings. So it should just sit up. Alright, so there we go. We'll set that down here for a minute. We'll go ahead and set this down on the floor. It's super light now. It was made by Troy Belt, but it's made pretty good. It's a cheapie, but you know. And here's the pump from it. And it needs cleaned. It needs degreased. but it's a good working pump. So let's set both these motors up here on the table. Let's set this. Alright guys, sorry about that. That's going to happen. I am at work, and even though everything is finished, is done around here, we still got to take care of customers when they come calling. So what we're going to do, guys, we'll get these two motors up on the table, and we're going to measure the shafts. So let's do that now. Let's get this one up. This one's the blown up one. That one's one that is blowed up. Get y'all back here. You can see good. And here's the good motor. Good engine. So they look almost, well, they don't look nothing alike, but they're the same horsepower. So let's measure this first one. Let's see what we got. Bring y'all in here. We have, what is that, 1.25 inches? Maybe a smidge over inch and a quarter. So let's check the other one. Get it on the side, and I can tell you right now, I think it's bigger. And this one is, it was like 1.5 inches, don't it? Inch. Well, no. Let's say 1.25 inches. I think they're the same. I think we got lucky, guys. 1.25 inches. 1.25 inches. All right. I've been looking for this because on the lawnmower engines, they either have two different long shafts. They have one about this big, about that long, like a 2-inch. And then they've got like a 2.5 inch. So finding one of these engines that has the short shaft like this, 1.25 inches, kind of hard to do. I've been looking for one for about 2 years. So I mean, of course, you can probably go out and buy one. I'm talking free here, guys. So I think it's going to work. So we're just going to mount it all up and see what we get. Sorry about the bouncy, guys. So let's see if this pump is going to fit on this motor. Let's see if this thing's going to fit on here. It has the keyway inside. So it needs to turn. A little bit more. It should do it right there. And we should be able to get it in there if it's going to fit. Let's see. Is it not lined up? There's the keyway. Straighten up. Now this thing's nasty. It's getting my hands all nasty. That's where I had keep putting oil in that old engine. It should line right up. For some reason I'm having little problems here. It should slide right on there. Maybe I ain't holding my tongue the right way here. Let's see. There it is. So yeah, that's gonna work, guys. And I'm pouring. That's what I was afraid of. I'm getting gasoline all over the place. All right, I am going to clean somehow this up. I'm gonna have to wipe it down, paper towel or something, because it's just killing my hands. And just clean it up, make sure all this is nice and clean inside here. and we'll get it all hooked back on the pressure washer and see what we got. Alright, just gonna wipe this off a little bit, guys. Knock some of the dirt off, so it won't be so difficult to install. One of these pumps are about $200, so they're not cheap, and that's what went out on this motor, and the actual engine went out for this pump. So it's good that we found one that's going to maybe get everything working back like it's supposed to again. Wipe this thing down. It's aluminum, made out of aluminum and brass. It's about, like I said earlier, it's about that time of year to get these things out. Only bad thing is we still may have some cold weather here in Kentucky. So if you're here in Kentucky where the weather keeps changing, like one day it's below 0 and the next day it's 60, just be careful and always keep your pumps drained of water. Don't let them keep water, because it will bust these. I have seen a lot of these cracked because it freezes inside here and expands and just cracks it. So if you do get out right now using your pressure washer, a lot of people are, because of getting the salt off their cars and stuff. Just make sure you know, take the hoses off and drain your equipment like it should be. Keep it in a dry place, in a warm place if possible. Yeah, I had to add a lot of oil to that old engine where it burnt so much that it would run down, get over the pump. I wish I had something to dip it down in, some green orange or something, or green mean, whatever that stuff's called. I can actually handle it now though. Not getting, I don't care to get my hands greasy, but I don't like that grit. And this was covered in grit. All the hoses still look good. Where the hose goes is still nice. That's another thing. I've been having problems. I'll take you and show you right now. Really, in the wintertime, when you winterize everything, all your yard equipment, you always really need to take your hose off, guys, off the pressure washer, if you don't already know this, because this could happen. See how this is froze on here? I've let this soak in grease and everything, and I cannot get this thing to break loose. And it's kind of sad, because this is a really good hose, and I don't think I'm gonna ever get to use it again. But this hose doesn't go to the pressure washer we're working on now. Well, actually, it kind of does, but we have another hose. So, but yeah, it's always best just unhook it, let it drain the water out, and be on the safe side, and nothing bad should happen. Alrighty. Well, I just need to do something with that junk engine. This is for parts, so I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that one over here, this one here, and we're going to just set it back on the old pressure washer frame, and get the table cleaned up a little bit, and we're going to start putting everything back together, putting this new engine over on this frame. We really need to wipe this off too. Whatever that greasy pick there is. Let me get this cleaned up. It's in a great frame, and it's set out all winter long behind our garage. And you can, as you see, there's maybe a little rust where the engine was bolted, but it's in real good shape. And that's pretty surprising to be. I think this is a 2016. I don't see it where it's at anywhere, but I think it was a 2016 pressure washer. That's when Troy Belt was making their whole line, lawnmowers and everything, this red, which I like the red. Always, I bought a little Pushmore, the same colors. So, unfortunately, my son accidentally had some boards set up one day, and they fell over, and it kind of cracked this. This plastic does get brittle, setting out in the elements. And so it cracked it pretty good, chipped it up. But it has a place for actually the green. That's what everybody uses. And those little things are not cheap, guys. They're like $10 for these little things. And the green one is the most common, if you didn't already know that. And then the red. The black's just a big stream. It's good to put soap on, put your soap and everything on that one. Alrighty, let me get this this blown up engine, get this put up, and I like to get some soap water, and we'll kind of clean on this a little bit too, guys. Try to see if we can get this cleaned up a little bit, make it look a little bit more presentable, because it's not a bad looking engine. It's really not. It just looks really bad. So let me get a bucket of soapy water and do a couple, get this put up, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're not going to go too awful crazy. We're just going to kind of just wipe this plastic off, try to get a little bit more eye peeling. Plastic cleaned up a little bit. Maybe the bow cover. It was filthy. It was dirty when I found it, and then it sat down here at the mill for about 2 years. I've had them both for a while, just haven't had time to get around to it. And my boy, he's needing one. He's rebuilding his little Subaru, and he needs a pressure washer to get off where he pulled the engine. He needs it to clean everything underneath the hood. So I'm trying to get this one built. Hopefully it'll run good. He'll have one there at the house. That way he'll have one whenever he needs it, and he won't have to use mine. Which I don't mind. It's just it kind of rough at times when you need it and it's gone, you know what I mean? And usually that's how it works. You don't need something till it ain't there. So hopefully we get this running, and he'll have his own at his house. Oh, I checked the oil in this when I found it, and it looked good. Looked like somebody just changed the oil in it. I can pull it here. Look how clean it is. It looks brand spanking new. So hopefully we'll get some quite a bit of run time out of it. All this plastic was just really dirty. It's already looking better, isn't it, guys? Already looking better. Don't gotta be perfect anyway, because it's going to get nasty stuff all over it here soon when it gets used. But at least we can see what brand it is. Briggs & Stratton. I hope this one don't have the plastic gears in it. Briggs and Stratton has always been one of my favorite little small engines, but here lately they've just dropped the ball and started putting plastic parts inside. And you know, I'm a big kid now. I had my Power Wheels back in the day. That was all fine. Had plastic gears and that, but you know, when you're a grown man, you know, you want metal. I don't know about you. I don't want no plastic in my engines. Alright guys, I think that's about as clean as we're going to be able to get it right now. Definitely looks better than what it did, don't it? And then I've got a bucket of clean soap water here to clean my hands after I get them more greasy again. Alright, let's set that aside. So, all we gotta do now, guys, is just get ready to put her together. I'll get everything up here, and we'll marry these two together. We'll put the pump in the engine and the frame. So I need to set this in the floor for a minute. And, oh, this is so light when the motor engine isn't on it. All right. Now here's going to be a fun thing. Will the engine fit the boat hose? I hope. So I guess what we need to do is put this under here like that. And get ready to put, it's going to be a pain to get the first one started, ain't it, guys? Let me get you guys back here. Y'all can see it a little bit more broad now. Alright, let's get the engine up here. I can't remember which way it goes. I don't know if it goes on front or back. And I guess it goes like that. I guess that's the only way it'll go. Will the boat hose match up? I think. This has a little cutout for some reason, up front. But I think we're good. I think the boat hose will match pretty good there. And we have one there. One there, and should be one back here. And it does. So yeah, it's going to match up, guys. I don't know. There's a little cutout right here. I don't know what that's for from the old engine, but it looks like this one's going. The boat hose are going to line up. So I think it's a win. So I'll just go ahead and I'll put the pump upper on the engine and bolt everything down, guys. And I'll do that off camera because you can't hardly see in here anyway with my tripod. It's hard to hold it and put in boat. So once I get that in, I'll be back and we'll take a look at it. That red even matches. I'm pretty good with this. All right. I'll be back. Alrighty, guys. I've got it mounted. It's a pressure washer again. It's got its pump on. And engine. We'll kind of let this set. I still got to torque those boats down. But I'm going to let this set for about 20 minutes. Let it settle where I've been swooshing gasoline back and forth. Get that settled. And also, guys, if you're doing this at home, remember to get your hose fittings facing the right direction. I had mine. I had everything ready to bolt up, and I noticed that it was up here on the front. And I I don't know if it matters, but most of them are in the back. So I had to take it all back apart, and it's not a hard job, but sometimes that setting pin can be a booger to get lined up and stuff. But it does real good if you're not trying to, you know, put it together here. It goes on easy, but as soon as you put this under here and try to put it on top like that, nope, don't want to work. Nope. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these three bolts torqued down, and then we'll come back and we'll see if this old engine runs. I haven't tried to start it this year, so hopefully didn't do all this for nothing. So I shall return, guys. And guys, also I forgot to show you on the other pump, but this right here, let's see if I get this set here. This is supposed to spin. This is supposed to, that's where your shaft goes, and that's supposed to turn. And as you see, this one is locked up. Let me get me a pair. Well, it's not locked up, but you can hear it rubbing in there. It's real hard to turn. The other one was real easy to turn, and this one kind of sounds, I don't know if you can hear that. There's grit. There's grit or something inside this pump. Because when I tried to run this thing squealed like a panther, and it just, no water would come through. So yeah, I didn't think it would turn, but it does turn a little bit, but you got to really put oil on it. So the gaskets or whatever down in there must be shot. Now this Carter pin, that's an important piece. Like little pieces like that's good to keep on hand. Kind of keep you a little. I'll tell you what's the best thing is those little drawer things, those little organizers that put parts like this in. Especially if you're new to working on old equipment, it's always nice to have a nice organizer. Alrighty, guys, I'll be back. Now that came out, I got that out. It ain't want to stay. I don't want to lose it. Alright, I'll be back. Alrighty, guys, I was getting ready. I checked the gas, and I went over here to check the oil, and it's a good thing I did. It is clean, like I said earlier, but it is way overfilled. Look at that. I'll show you where the marks are. Right here is the marks. Should be right here where that second dot is. So let's take a reading. Look how overfilled that thing is. It's way up here. So yeah, I want to drain some of that. Good thing. Always check. Always check. Because, and some of these are different. So this one I'm putting in and twisting back down. And I know some lawnmowers, you just stick the dipstick back in. You don't got to twist it. So it varies. So look up your model and see, you know, how you are supposed to check your oil. But this one is way too full. So let me go get a pan. I want to drain that. And then we should be ready to start it. See if she runs. Alright, guys. There's really not a good way to get the oil out of this. For some reason, they didn't put an oil plug. So you could do this too at home. If you have an old antifreeze or whatever, just cut you a little slot like that, and you can make you a little oil pan. And I'm just going to turn the pressure washer over and pour a little bit in this pan. Because yeah, they didn't put a nut or anything, a bolt drain plug. I don't know why they did that. So I'm gonna have to do it the hard way here. And that's by picking it up and trying not to make a mess. That wasn't too bad. too bad. Here's what the oil looks like that was in it, and it looks pretty bad. It really needs changed. So when I'll let it warm up and get hot, and then I'll take it and I'll pour it all out and I'll put some new oil in it, because that looks like that's been in there for a very, very long time. For some reason, it looked better than that on the dipstick. Alrighty, I'll be back. I'm gonna let that set, and then about 10 minutes I'll come back and check the oil, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, it's still a little bit full, but I think it'll be alright while we'll just start it up, because I'm going to change it all anyway. I just didn't want to have that much because it could hurt the valves or whatever. So it's safe for just to see if it's going to still run. Like I haven't started this motor. I'm thinking a year, but it may have been 2. Now we have had it upside down every which way, so it may be flooded, or it may have gas over in the valves or something, and it may take overnight. It might not start, is what I'm trying to say, but it might. So let's see what it does. Let me see here. Got one of these on and off switches that I can never tell what's on. Okay, it says on and off. Cool deal. On that way. Off, on. Alright, this is on. I think this is one of them self-choking. I think that just opens the, oh, yeah, it just opens that up. I think it chokes itself. So let's see what she's going to do. Well, it runs. I don't know what it was doing right there at the end. Let's start it back up. That's about all I can tell right now, guys, till I get a load on it. I don't know if it's got like a self-governor or what. I think it sounds like it's supposed to, though. So that's a win. I won't know 100% sure how it's going to do till we actually hook the water up. And right now we got all the water shut down here at the plant, so I'm not going to be turning that on right now, because with this crazy Kentucky weather, you never know when it's going to be cold or freezing the next day. So we'll just have to wait, and I'll probably just have to, on one of my videos, tell you guys if it worked. But I think it's going to be just fine. I think when you have the water hooked to it, and you go and push on it, it throttles up, and right now it's just in idle, I think. Don't hold me to it, guys. Alrighty, guys, I hope you all had a great Wednesday, hump day. Hope you all had a great Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing good and everybody's well. I hope that I pointed out a couple of things maybe you could use in this video, and I hope if it helps somebody. That's why I like making these videos. It's fun to find these old pieces of machinery on the side of the road, and it's a thrill and a rush to get them to come back alive again. So I think we got another one going to survive. So, alright guys, until the next one, I will see you right here at Redneck Ways. Bye guys. Stay safe. Guys, I was out here washing my hands, and I was thinking, that's probably got bad gas in it too, because to me it just didn't sound perfect when it was running, and that gas is old. That gas is probably about 4 years old, so I'm surprised it even started on it. But anyway, I want to throw this in that video. I think put some new gas in it will definitely help it. Alright guys, I'll see you here soon. Bye guys, my hands are filthy.